Honestly, this might be the easiest way I've ever found to make your videos go from amateur to pro YouTuber level. Adding motion graphics to your screen recorded videos means your demos and tutorials will be up there with some of the best creators on YouTube. But what kind of motion graphics should you create and add to your videos? To help us answer that question, I looked at some of the best creators like Alex Hermozi, Abdaal, and Jay Clouse. Keep it simple and just do what the pros are doing. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use Remotion and Claude Code to create a series of really cool motion graphics that are going to elevate your screen recorded videos. Number one, we'll look at communities and tweets, then lists and hierarchies, notifications, decision trees, and then a fun bonus is we'll see how you can blur your screen and highlight certain elements using Tela actually. To recreate these, you'll just need to set up Remotion and Claude Code onto your machine. If you've done that, we can head over to our terminal and begin our tutorial. Cool, so let's head to our terminal and open Claude. Yes. And then make sure that you've set up the Claude Code extension on Chrome. And I find that whenever I start a new session, it logs me out. So make sure that you're logged in by just going to your extensions in the top right corner here. And then if you're logged out, it'll prompt you to log in. So make sure that you've done that. And now we're going to say open Remotion in Chrome. Just give it the necessary permissions to open Remotion in Chrome. They call it the Remotion Studio. Okay, so for the purpose of this demo, I've already gone ahead and saved a few motion graphics that I really liked from creators, and I've saved them to my home directory. I definitely recommend having a folder like this with videos or screenshots of motion graphics that you'd like to recreate. I'm going to show you how you can easily do this by simply using a tool like Tela to screen record a video as it's playing. I'm going to show you how you can screen record inspiration and then save that to your animation inspiration folder. I'm going to use clean shots for this because I'm using Tela to record this video. Just record the area here and then go ahead and record that animation. So here we can already see we're going to be recreating something like this where he's basically pointing out his YouTube comments. So we can stop that and then you can save that anywhere you'd like. For me, it saves it automatically to my desktop and then I just have to move it to my animations examples. We can actually see this video saved right here.
All right, so I put out this poll on my YouTube community tab. Yeah.
Now, I really like this idea of having a animation of comments or like posts in your community. So you could even do this for your LinkedIn feed or something else. So if you want to recreate this, we do actually need a screenshot of our own community or something. And then we're going to give it the original inspiration for the motion graphic by Abdaal. So we need two things. We need the link to the inspiration and we need a photo of our own community. So create a new composition inspired by this. Use FFmpeg this phrase and use image comments. So here we're saying that it should use a tool called FFmpeg to analyze this video. Typically it already knows to do this, but it's good to specify just in case if this is the first time. And then I'm going to attach an image for the actual content I want to use. For that inspo image, I'm just going to go ahead to our own circle community and take a screenshot. So let me just screenshot this and we'll see how good of a job it does. I'm just going to drop that in here and you can see image 1 here. So let's see how well it animates this. All right, so let's take a look at the results. Nice, I like that it's highlighting that text there. Cool, so I think the original reference video by Abdaal actually included some blurring at the top and bottom post, but I really like how it highlighted the text there. So this is a great way of using a static screenshot of your community or some quotes or something and actually animating that and then just adding a voiceover in your video. So you can easily import this rendered animation into Tela and just can talk over it by having a side-by-side. Okay, the next thing I think is really cool as a motion graphic to add to your videos is an animated tweet. So let's look at this video by Alex Hermozi. So basically you have your tweet there, your handle, whatever, and then the image just kind of animates. So we're gonna try to recreate this. Once again, we're gonna head to the original file and we're gonna copy this. So this is just how you telling Claude where to find the reference visuals. So create a new composition, maybe this as inspo, use FFmpeg again, and then I want to actually personalize this to my own tweet, right? So I'm going to give it a screenshot of a tweet that I posted, and we'll see that we'll need a few things. We'll need the screenshot of the tweet to just have the content of the tweet. We'll need the original image that the tweet includes, and you'll actually need an avatar. So I'm going to show you all of the things we need to collect. So first up, let's grab a screenshot of a tweet. You can even include the likes or not. You can always change the number of likes if you'd like. So we have that screenshot, and then I have here saved the tweet image and my avatar. So just make sure to go to your Twitter and then save this image, this avatar basically, so you can use it. Let's go head back to our terminal and give Claude all of these images. We're going to tell it, but use my tweets. I have also attached so I'm going to just attach those files. So you see you can also drop images if you don't want to use links. Let's go ahead and see how that does. We get this as a result. Nice. So you might want some things to appear sooner rather than later. I actually had to prompt this one a few times, which I'm going to spare you, but basically make sure that it includes your avatar and then make sure it uses the correct source image in your tweet, basically. But I like that it even had my likes there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that was just me showing you how you can use community screenshots, comments, posts, as well as social media tweets, and animate them whenever you're making a video. I think that's really cool for anyone who's in marketing or runs a solo business or something. Next up, I want to show you some fun ways to make lists or add lists that are animated to your videos, as well as some hierarchies. So I have 3 inspos. I'm just going to show you this first one by Alex Hermozi that I've already saved. So I think in this video, he was basically ranking a few things. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So let's give Claude this and see how it does in animating this. So I've gone ahead and told it to make this Stella related because it has some context about me. I'm kind of curious what kind of hierarchy it comes up with. So let's see. Okay, let's look at the result. Okay, so we can see at the end there, the text didn't really fit anymore, but I think it did a good job of keeping the same style as the original Alex Hermozi inspo graphic, and it actually came up with content for this as well. I think this is cool if you're doing like some sort of ranking or a listicle of sorts where you have a hierarchy, basically. I think it could be cool to have a title screen, have the very bottom element or the very bottom of the list, and then every time you've covered that, you go and you move up to the tier above that. So that's a cool way to animate your videos. Now I want to show you this really cool one by Abdaal where he basically animates his Notes app. So let's try and recreate that one.
Not sweet. And so at some point you might ask yourself, wait a minute, what if I were to just modify the recipe so that I just added more sugar up front? And you look at the recipe and you see the recipe involves 1 cup of sugar.
Cool, so I think we got the point. The otherwise static Notes app screenshot basically comes up from below. So what we need to do for that is just grab a screenshot of a note that we want. I've already taken a screenshot, we can view it here. So I've taken this one about my daily reading material, and then we're going to give that to Claude. Just going to grab the inspo. So I'm just going to give it the image of my Notes app, and let's see how it does. I'm going to give it some more instructions to keep it simple and basically just have the content come swipe up from below. I find that sometimes it's really good at interpreting things like styles, but not necessarily at the animations or how you'd like the animation to happen. So it's kind of good initially to give Claude some context as to, or as much context as possible about the animation, just because it cannot really analyze more than frame by frame, right? So it doesn't necessarily understand the transitions. Okay, let's look at the result here. Right, so we can see that it's kind of scrolling through all of my reading. I think that that works as well, but I kind of wanted to come up from the top rather than scrolling through it. So we're just going to tell it to do this differently. We're going to say make each list. Okay, so I just told it to make each list item appear one by one from the bottom to the top. So let's see if it can do that. I don't want the scrolling effect, although I do think that's kind of cool already. Cool, let's see if our amendments worked. Okay, I think that's perfect. I think it did a really good job. Let's move on to the third listicle that I liked, which is by Jay Clouse, where he basically ranks things. So take a look. Cool, let's try this. As always, grab the link. Let's head back to our terminal. And then I'm going to tell it, ignore the face camera. Sometimes I find that when you give it a side-by-side, like graphic, motion graphic, and then person on the side, it also creates a sort of thumbnail for you. So I just tell it that I want my graphics to be full screen, unless you're gonna use them in like side-by-side view. That's fine. Cool, let's see how well of a job it did. I like that it like also showed you the content, and it always adapts it to Tella, which I think is super cute. All right, let's look at the result together for the first time. Nice, I like this. Haha. I like that it put a Loom video above no video at all. I guess we could say that. Anyways, I think that this is really cool if you use, again, the hierarchy to kind of punctuate a point you're making. So you can cover each part of this hierarchy or whatever is in here. And then that makes your video. And then you don't need to make a bunch of motion graphics. You just use the same one, but you show each tier as it goes. So much for our lists and hierarchies. I gave you 3 examples there. Now we're going to move on to notifications and apps. I think it's kind of the style that we see in a lot of YouTube videos, is just to animate apps or connect apps somehow. So I have this really cool example by Shubham, which I'm going to show you. All right, let's take a look. It's very subtle, but we can use it.
Ça, c'est ma boîte mail. Juste avant de la connecter à ChatGPT et de lui laisser le contrôle total de mes emails. Vous allez voir le résultat est à la...
All right, so let's try to animate this one. As always, just grab the link. And I'm going to tell it to... When it comes to apps, I have noticed that you need to give it the actual image of the app, right? So the GPT logo as well as the Gmail logo. So I've actually gone ahead and looked those up on Google and saved them. They're here, and we're just going to give them to Claude so he can use them for the motion graphic. Now, the cool part of the original video, if you remember, is that the notifications go up really quick. No, they go down really quickly. So we actually need to tell it to do that as well. So it happens once the Gmail app is connected to GPT. Basically, he's saying that GPT has helped him clear his inbox. So let's see how it does. Cool, it says Gmail GPT is live. Let's see how well of a job it did. Nice. Okay, so I think here there's some room for prompting the notifications to be a little bit more in Gmail's style, like their design kit, so you can actually just go ahead and give it the references for that. I'm not going to do that now. I thought that was pretty cool to animate a process. So what I've noticed with a lot of YouTubers is that within like the first 5 seconds of their video, they just cram a bunch of motion graphics. Because we're such visual people, we want to see a lot going on, and then we get hooked to the video. So I recommend you do this kind of stuff to explain the process that you're about to take. I could have done this with, let's say, Remotion and Claude, and tell you we're going to use Remotion and Claude to then upload motion graphics to our tele videos, for instance, and then use those two logos. Next up, I briefly want to show you a decision tree. I saw one by a guy called Jeff Su, so I'm just going to copy that, and then we're going to try and recreate that. Okay, so this is the inspo for the decision tree.
Cool. Put simply, this is a mental model for deciding when to delegate to AI, when to collaborate with it, and when to avoid it entirely. Think of it like a pipe.
Now, I will preface this by saying it uses arrows, and I've noticed that Remotion doesn't do an amazing job at arrows. It kind of shows the pointy bit of the arrow too quickly or in strange places. So I expect we're going to have to prompt this again. Let's look at what it came up with. Not bad at all. I think the original motion graphic was a little bit faster, but it can be good to slow it down a little bit so you have time to talk about each point if you'd like that. And if not, if you're just naming things like delegate to AI, human working together, avoid AI entirely, like as a listicle, you might want to speed this motion graphic up. I've shown you all of the motion graphics that I use Remotion for, but now I'm going to show you one of the cool animations that you can actually create within Tele, which are blurs and highlights that are really hard to recreate well using Remotion. So I'm just going to show you on a screen share of my calendar how I would use our highlight and blur feature. So here I just screen recorded my calendar. We can actually go ahead and crop this. Cool, so now we have a bit of a cleaner view of my calendar. I'm just gonna move it to the center here. So what I really like are these effects where it highlights one event in your calendar. So we can actually do that with a combination of zooms and our effects here, so highlights and blurs. So let's go ahead and add a zoom. I just wanna add a manual zoom over here, and then right here we can see up. We can just edit how far it zooms out here. So we kind of just zoom in on my calendar here, and now I'm gonna add the highlight effect. So you can add that right there to only highlight this event really. So let's see how it does that. If you wanted to change the duration here, you can actually do that. And I think we can also align the zoom to happen at the same moment. It's kind of saying we want to zoom in there. Yeah. And then make the effect a bit longer. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so like that. Yeah, so that's it. In just a few seconds in Tela, you can actually highlight events like that. So let's say we want to get rid of our highlight, but we want to blur everything else here, or we want to blur a few things. You can actually do that like so. This one you might have to get a bit creative and just kind of layer these. There you go. So let's say you really just wanted to show one thing and blur out all other sensitive information. This is how you would go about that. I can show you here. Yeah, so you would just kind of, there you go. So that was just a little bonus to show you that within Tela, there's also a few effects that you can use. I really like the highlight one, and I use it quite a lot for my videos to just hone in attention on something important. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel, because I make a ton of videos about how to elevate your content marketing, your video marketing, etc. You guys seem to really like the previous tutorial on Remotion. Let me know what kind of videos you're making, so maybe I can make more examples of how to use Remotion, Tela, etc. to make your videos more fun to watch. I'll see you next time.